What's up guys, Ghost here, and today I'm going to be doing a little video on my experiences at Dreamhack Winter 2014. So at the minute, we're walking along some random bridge in Jönköping, trying to find our way to the convention centre, because we just hopped off the train and had absolutely no idea where we are. This was at the end of November, so it was pretty cold. Not that I'm unused to that or anything, since I live in Iceland. But yeah, I thought I'd make this little video, just give you guys my overall impressions, because I didn't really know what to expect, and I can't say either that what I found was exactly how I thought it would be, but it was nevertheless quite an interesting experience. So for those of you unaware exactly what Dreamhack entails, it's actually the biggest LAN in the entire world. It takes place twice a year in Jönköping in Sweden, and this is one of just many warehouses hosting hundreds, if not thousands, of people's computers as they come here to LAN. Personally, for me, I didn't bother bringing my computer all the way from Iceland, so I bought an event pass and came here primarily for the pro gaming competitions. So here we have the Hearthstone area. There's the set where the casters sit, and that's pretty much all you see on Twitch. And this is the main stage, so really there's not that many spectator seats, maybe 30 to 40, 50 perhaps I would say. It was probably the smallest stage out of any game, and that kind of surprised me compared to the 50 or sometimes 100,000 viewers that you'll have watching these tournaments over on Twitch. However, the games I was most excited about were definitely Counter-Strike and StarCraft II. I haven't watched much professional Counter-Strike, but actually going to Dreamhack and getting to see these guys play in person was a privilege. It was awesome, man. I think this is Virtus Pro here, and they're going up against Penta in one of the quarterfinals. And as you can see, the set around the middle section here is pretty cool as well. You had benches going all the way around, there was a huge screen on each side, so it kind of felt like a football or maybe a baseball game type setup. I thought I'd throw in this little picture here just to show where the casters were actually situated. They were all the way tucked away in the corner behind the stage. Thorin, I don't really know, to be honest, who the other guys were there doing the cast, but maybe you will be familiar with some of them. Unfortunately, you can't really make them out because of the lights, but it kind of surprised me how unluxurious, I suppose you could say, a lot of the sets were for the casters. I guess, you know, you're used to comparing things to TV shows where they've got a cup of coffee and it's like, hey, get out of the set, you know, it's just big production and it's taken very seriously. But, you know, here again, the StarCraft II casters, they're essentially, like, surrounded by railings, just with a couple of screens behind them and some chairs and a desk. It's nothing very elaborate, and all the guys I talked to, you know, I did get in there, I took a picture with them, I got to take a picture of the casters together between games, and they were totally up for it. They were really down to earth, they weren't stuck up or anything like that, and actually every esports personality that I talked to there was just completely down to earth, a pleasure to talk to, up for taking pictures, up for signing stuff. It was like no problem at all. Probably not the same stuff you would run into in the celebrity world of television or films. Now, if I had to have one complaint about Dreamhack, it would have probably been the lack of seating around the Counter-Strike area. You guys probably noticed the game before when the players were coming out. It was a quarterfinal, there were a lot of free seats, it was no problem at all. This game, however, was a game including a Swedish team. So this is Virtus Pro going up against NIP in the semi-finals. You know, being in Sweden and everything, the Swedes, of course, there was like 95% Swedish people at Dreamhack, as you might imagine, and they were all going absolutely mental for this game. We woke up pretty late, the game was going on, and we walked over to the arena, this was the situation, you know. All the way over the screen is full of people. In front of that, you've got people with chairs sitting down, and all of the aisles in the LAN area are just full of people, and we're essentially stuck there. We couldn't even get through to any of the other games, like to the StarCraft II arena, because you had to go through this central area. So, you know, that was kind of annoying, but it was really fun, actually, to watch this game with so many people, and everyone was just going mental whenever NIP scored a point. It was actually kind of embarrassing because I was there with a Polish girl, and of course she supported Virtus Pro, and she was literally the only person there cheering for them. So, you know, we got a few strange look from some Swedish people, but, you know, it was all good fun. There was no CSGO hooliganism or anything like that. So moving on, we have StarCraft II, which I would probably say is my favourite game of, all the ones that were showcased here at Dreamhack. And I know a lot of you guys, in fact probably the most of you guys, don't play StarCraft II, you don't follow the pro scene, but I've followed it for, 10 years plus now, so I know a lot of the players, and that's probably one of the reasons I was more attracted to go and watch those games. So this was MC versus Jack G, and actually this was the best arena, not looking at the games at all and which game is my favourite. This arena was by far the best. You could hear the commentators the best. They had seats for everybody. You never needed a seat anywhere. They also had these player booths, so you could clearly see both players when they were playing. They sort of came out and shook each other's hands after the game. And after the game was finished, they actually took an interview with the winner, so you could get a little bit of insight into what he was thinking. And, even though most of the time they didn't really speak any English, or if they did, it was very bad, you had to rely on good old Smix to do some of the translating.
And you said that you really wanted to get revenge on MC, and you secured that revenge. I know that the next opponent is someone you also might want to get revenge on, because you lost to him at the Grand Finals at Dreamhack Open Moscow. So what do you think about that? It's MMA, by the way.
I did an event to MC, so now MMA your son.
Alright, well thank you very much, Jeffrey, for this interview.
So another thing that was cool is you were pretty much just free to do what you wanted when the players weren't playing. As you can see, I sort of decided to just sneak into the player booth for StarCraft II after they finished for the day, and we were messing around sitting in there and taking pictures of each other, me and my friends. I even almost forgot my chocolate donuts on top of one of the pro gamer's computers, so that would have been a sticky situation the day after when he turned that thing on and tried to start playing. So here we are, this is the grand final at Dreamhack for StarCraft II. This was actually going on at the same time as CSGO, and really the decision when it came to which to watch was easy because there just were no seats for CSGO. So in the end, we decided, we may as well just go and watch StarCraft II, and it was a blast, man. The crowd was so intense. The game was between 4GG and Life. It was an epic best of 7, and unfortunately I didn't get any footage of the entire thing, nor the ending ceremony, because my phone was out of battery. This was all recorded on my phone, you probably noticed, but I wish I could have recorded the ending ceremony for you guys. It was so cool. 4GG was like, he was crying his eyes out, man. He was so happy that he won. But yeah, guys, all in all, I would say it was an interesting experience. So if you have the opportunity to go there and, you're wondering about whether you should go or whether you should go alone or not, I would really recommend it. A lot of the time, even though I went with a couple of friends, I was hanging around at some game without them, I was just alone, and it's a really friendly atmosphere. You're surrounded by people who love gaming. There was even a little area with retro games, and they had everything from SNESes to Mega Drives, N64s, Dreamcast. They had every console there, pretty much that you can imagine, with old retro games, and we actually spent like 5 hours one night playing Tekken 3, I think it was, on the PlayStation 1, so that was an awesome experience as well. That was one of the really most unexpected yet fun things I actually did there. So if you have the opportunity and the means to go, I fully recommend it. It was a great experience, and I hope you guys enjoyed this, little, maybe unusual video, but nevertheless hopefully interesting about my experiences of going to Dreamhack. So thank you very much once again for watching, guys, and I'll see you all in the next video. Cheers.
Supply against the 77 of John G. John G. Not this time.